Hello there, people, and welcome to yet another edition of oddly named Doom levels. This time I would check out a level called netbeast, which just keeps making me think of NetHack, the old roguelike game. That's about really all I got. Okay, let's see here. I have created this WAD file from scratch. Just have to make about 400 WADs that were messed up because I didn't understand exactly how things in DU worked. Well, that's amazing. Usually everyone else just kind of releases them before that. This means that I use DU 5.0 for this. This level is really designed to be played over a network or modem, because it has all the weapons and lots of monsters and traps. I still don't get that. Doesn't that mean that it wouldn't exactly work over the network? Unless, correct me if I'm wrong, but was there like deathmatch or so without monsters? That's how it works nowadays. I can't exactly like easily start up a game of multiplayer deathmatch Doom. I don't think anyone ever has played deathmatch Doom with me, so I can't exactly be certain. But like even in Quake, there's no deathmatch monsters or so. So, what happens with all these levels where they throw in deathmatch monsters? Do they just kind of go to waste and they're just in a single-player variant? I really don't know. This is kind of a shame when you don't really have other people to play with. If you would like to play with me, send me a comment and maybe we could get something going. Probably not. It probably won't work at all, but we'll try and probably fail miserably. Okay, let's see here. If you have an editor, such as DU, please don't look at this file in the editor until you have gotten completely stuck and can't find all the secrets and such. The experience is better when you don't cheat and look at the map. Alright? This level should be used with the registered version of Doom, blah blah blah, and it's by Schultz. Alright, let's actually check this thing out, because I don't think you guys want me to talk into a black screen over and over, even though I always do. Yeah. Okay there, we got stuff. Is it just me or does it sound louder than normal? No, it's right volume. It's the normal music. Okay, so we have... Oh boy, look at this. Look at the textures we got here. We have STARTAN. Oh boy, just what we needed. Another STARTAN level. I know you guys weren't tired of these yet. We need more of them. Including barons of hell everywhere. Wait, what? We have barons of hell everywhere. What? Really, game? You just started the game and you throw 2 barons of hell at me. Well, luckily, they're just kind of coming this way. Okay, I need to find ammo. Okay, rocket launcher, that works. Get away from that guy. There's also 4 secrets, which suggests that something here will open to hopefully help me in my quest against this guy, because 2 rockets isn't going to save me. I mean, it's a start, but it's not going to save me. Hi. This ain't good. This ain't good. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Just move quickly. Oh god, I think he just blew up his barrel set. Better keep moving. Ooh, armor. What's this lead to? Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, get me out of here! Okay, bad news. I'm probably gonna die a bunch. Oh, it's an invisible wall! So it's not even being fair at all. Yeah, it's an invisible wall. There's no way over there. I see. Oh, I thought that was an oddly textured thing. Just gotta keep moving. There's things that are trying to kill me. Oh, come on! Oh, at least this is a shotgun. We need ammo. I have like 3 barons of hell chasing me. I don't have any ammo. This is kind of problematic game. 4 barons of hell, of course. What's 3 when you can add a 4th? Oh god, where am I? Where am I? I think this is a way to death. Yep, I think it just killed me. So basically, going to any of these sides is just gonna do some type of trap that will kill you. Ooh, blue key card! I have no idea how I got here, but I'm thankful for it. looky here! I found stuff to kill! Oh god. Lots of demons. Yeah, I'm done. This is gonna be painful. This is gonna be painful, people. Very, very painful. Can we, like, get them to shoot at the Baron of Hell? No, but we can get them to shoot each other. That also works, by the way. If we can get the Baron away from... Good! Thank you! Some more ammo. Now we shall use all ammo on these guys. Because we have a tightness of ammo right now. But it might be potential to do without punching Barons. That's all I can hope for right now. Okay, we need more ammo. Grab some of these shells and we shall play round number 2 of this. Okay, we killed a Baron. That's a plus. Of course, there's another Baron behind there, but... Okay, we have to let monster infighting occur a lot, because otherwise we're not getting anywhere. So, yeah, we gotta get a lot of monster infighting if we can. We have too many demons chasing me to really do anything. Oh, come on! How many Barons of Hell can you have? Just trying to get around these demons everywhere. Oh god, another shotgun guy too. Oh god! Of course. More unnecessary carnage. Just keep moving! Yeah, if we can, I'd like to grab this shotgun here. Definitely painful, but we're getting somewhere. I think after this, we're not gonna have many more things to kill, actually. Just gonna get these last few guys to fight each other. Okay, come on, we gotta get these guys like clustered together. Maybe we can. Trying to get as many shots as I can. Yes, another Baron down. Keep moving. We're making progress, at least. There's a lot less dead things trying to kill me. We might actually have a chance now. I mean, it's a slim chance, so we're still, like, low health, but, it's a chance. Ooh, I see rockets, too. Yeah, so we've been doing this the hard way. Of course, the problem is, we don't exactly have a radiation suit. Yeah, that's gonna be kind of problematic. Go get him, buddy! There's only one Baron in here, we maybe could get a chance on him. Yes! Okay, we got one down. And we found some more shells over here, which will be useful for killing off that final Baron. I heard something glower. Aha, what's this? I have no clue. Well, this is rather weird. I have no idea why this is a thing. But it exists, it's a thing. It does stuff. There's also a Baron of Hell somewhere around here. I have no idea where, but well. Ooh, secret! What's this lead to? Probably goodies, right? Hopefully goodies. I see something here. This overlooks that. But that doesn't help me at all. Let's hope this leads to something. Like a bunch of rockets! I'm happy for this area. There we are. Here's all the ammo we've been looking for the entire map. So, you can't exactly say this level's being unfair. It does definitely give you the ammo. It's just very cruel until you can find it. But that's always okay. That's acceptable. Let's take all these goodies. We shall. Okay, where are we now? Apparently the opposite side of where I was before. Ooh, Megaarmor. I'll take that as well. Yeah, it's already 3 or 4 secrets, too. Aha! Dead Baron, okay. Good news. In fact, with all that, now we can actually gather some of these rockets on the side. So it doesn't look so tacky. Okay, so that was worth it. Got a lot of rockets out of the deal. But we're still missing stuff. What's over here, by the way? It's like a tight, narrow corridor. Where do you go? Chainsaw? That could have been useful. Ooh, secret. This is the 4th and final secret, too. Sweet. So much for having trouble finding secrets. Where does this go? The world may never know. Only one problem. How am I supposed to get the other 2 items if they're trapped? I don't think there's actually a way to get them. Yeah, because the way they're designed, I don't think it's possible, sadly. That's the exit switch, isn't it? I think we're coming at it backwards. Works for me! Well then, how does one get back up? Oopsie. This might be slightly problematic. Are you telling me all that was just to get in an area where we'd be kind of lower and can't get up? Okay then. I don't understand the benefit of this. I really don't. Why exactly did we get the... Ooh! Here we are. And so that's why. Because this is how you kind of intended to get up here. You didn't use the secret. And so there we are. You get out. Of course, we do have one problem. The 200 healths over here. The 2 that are impossible to get because of, you know, being near a crusher and all. In fact, I think because there are invisible walls in front of them, you probably have to, like, no-clip around it, don't you? Because there's no other way in. There's these little tiny boxes or whatnot that really are, like, trapped. So, yeah, we can see them, but we can't grab them. They were designed to be, like, traps. That's the one problem about design stuff like that. It just kind of ruins 100% completion. And really, not worth it. There should be some way around to get it or something. Some way to design it with that, but... Or make it so that way it doesn't count. You would think there'd be some way. Ooh, look at that hollow mirror effect. But yeah, there's gotta be some way to make it so that way it doesn't count. So that way it's not pointlessly there. Anyway, there we are. We're random piano notes. Not sure why. So, thoughts. Well, texturing-wise, it was pretty terrible. It's used pretty much almost everywhere. I think maybe some of the areas near the end stopped using it, but for the most part, we ended up just using STARTAN everywhere. With some variety or whatnot, so it's kind of like the last one I think we checked out. But yeah, overall, it's pretty much just generic STARTAN. Nothing really standoutish. The level starts off on a pretty cruel note, with you having, like, no ammo whatsoever and a bunch of barons coming after you. But at the same time, it's pretty fair. It doesn't force you to punch these barons, like a lesser level might have. Instead, you can hunt around the level or so, and if you manage to find it, you'll find an area with a nice stash of ammo. So there is indeed a way to get ammo. This is key, people. This is the big important thing. Um, the level is quite difficult and cruel, and the fact of the matter that it starts you with no ammo, and you have to hunt around for such a secret or something like that to get ammo. But there is indeed possible areas where it can be retrieved, and it is possible to get around it without having to try and kill the barons. There is ways to avoid them, get the ammo, then return and kill the barons. And the areas are wide enough where you can kind of scoot around enemies and whatnot without too many problems. So yeah, I can't really hold it against it. Like I said, because as long as you know kind of idea where to go, and the secrets aren't too hard to find. As you see, we found them all with really no effort whatsoever. And at the same time, it was pretty fair secrets because it was like texture misalignments, all that, your standard stock secrets. But it works. It's much better than the spam every wall in the place and hope for the best. We didn't have to spam every wall in this level, and that's always a good thing. Because I hate those levels where you have to spam every wall to try and figure out where the actual secret door is. So something like this, where it's a texture misalignment and feels pretty fair as a secret, works. Even if, it was a bit more noticeable than normal, it works much better than, say, something where you had to push every wall. And it also worked because some of these things were very necessary to get, through the level and whatnot. The ammo supplies were pretty important if you wanted to actually kill things. But once you found it, we were pretty boosted up and able to continue on. And it was, like I said, it was all stashed in these secret areas, so it was like you didn't really have any health, you didn't really have anything, so it was pretty cruel if you don't find the secrets. But if you find the secrets, you're rewarded for it heavily. So, while, it would make sense to kind of bash yourself for not having many resources, at the same time, it does have them. You just have to hunt around and find it. And in a way, that kind of works. That works in its favor. I like that idea. The fact of the matter that you have to hunt around. And it gives a bit more challenge because we need to find our way through an area filled with demons, galore. We have 4 barons of hell pursuing us and some shotgun guys chasing us. And we have to find our way to get through this whole mess to get into an area that happens to have some ammo supplies. So yeah, it is quite simply a very fair idea. And I can't really complain with this one. It works really well. Um, so I think definitely this level stands out a lot more than your standard STARTAN level, just because it has very good way of managing ammo and resources in this. Even if it's as simple as throw everything in a secret area and call it a day, it works really well. And it makes this level much more functional than it probably otherwise would have been. Like I said, a lot of these other levels, they just kind of would throw ammo everywhere and you'd be too overpowered. This one, you get overpowered once you find the secret, but it's the fact of the matter that, it's hard to find that secret, so you have to, hunt around first, and it's not just given to you, thrown around somewhere. I think that's the big difference between this and, a lesser STARTAN level, the ones that we generally tend to see, and the ones that tend to be very, very boring. Because either in those you don't see any ammo at all throughout the entire level, and you have to punch things, aka Orange Wad, or you have something like, say, what you had in the last example, where we had too much ammo thrown about everywhere, and we didn't have any challenge whatsoever. And yeah, this one shows exactly kind of how to do ammo balance more properly. Where, you start out with very ridiculous resources of nothing, and have to try and find your way around to get resources. But everything's given to you in the map. It's very, very fair. And the map's very interconnected. It could probably work in a deathmatch-based thing because it's very interconnected. And yeah, everything just works. It's very, very simplistic. There's really nothing standoutish about this at all. Like I said, texturing work is pretty boring and terrible, and overall, in terms of looks, it's nothing really that fancy. But from a gameplay perspective, it works for some simple fights and basic combat. I say this works better than your general level. So yeah, this is probably one of those examples of something that doesn't exactly look the prettiest and isn't going to be standoutish for anything like that, but it plays pretty nicely. It gives you some nice gameplay, and at the end of the day, that's kind of what's most important, isn't it? That's anyone that's really playing Doom nowadays doesn't exactly care about looks. Hopefully, I mean, I know some people like judge kind of 94 wads and all those older wads and say they didn't look as nice, so. That's kind of like, usually a lot of fan admissions, so people will kind of be like, well, this doesn't look as nice as this. This is why we get like graphics wads and all that. And yeah, I never understood the purpose of all that logic. If you're going to say graphics don't matter, why are you playing with a high resolution texture pack that makes everything look 1,000 times better? Yeah, I just never understood that. Um, I mean, it makes sense in the purpose of if we have the option to play with things that look a bit better, why not? But at the same time, if it goes against the spirit of the original, because it's like a fan base thing, I don't really get it there. But that's just me. Anyway, well then, mind. As I said, at the end of the day, it functions gameplay wise. Though one other thing I will say is I'm not exactly sure I'm a fan of those Soulspheres being totally inaccessible. It'd make more sense if there was like a secret or some way around to actually grab them, and it punishes you for going straight ahead. Because the fact of the matter is that 100% completion is usually something that should be achievable in your average level. In Doom, that's almost always the thing, is that it shows that counter at the end of each level. So yeah, this isn't exactly like a more modern game or so where it doesn't show those statistics and where you can kind of get away with stuff like that. If this was done in like Unreal or some other game where things are seamless. In fact, if this was done in Quake, it would work because Quake does not have an items count. So if this was done in Quake, I would have no problem with it. But because it's done in Doom, and we see a nice big items counter that goes through and makes a pistol sound as it counts out our percentage of how many items we get, it kind of is a pain in the butt when we can't get all the items in the map. Anyway, with all that in mind, thank you very much all for watching, and I shall see you all next time.